You keep saying that you're stuck, but you're actually just waiting and waiting and waiting some more. The sad part about this is that you already know what's not working, but you're hoping for someone or something to make a decision easier for you so that you do not have to face it. For example, you have a pattern of dating men where you get too attached to them. You're yearning for them to validate you, to see you, to choose you. And you know something is not right. Hi guys, this is Nazneen. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. I share videos just like this every week, so if you want more, subscribe so you do not miss out on any more valuable information. Also, if you are tired of choosing people in situations that are costing you your self-respect, I do offer one-on-one private clarity sessions for men and women who are ready to stop making excuses for people who do not deserve them and finally choose differently. So if that sounds like you, apply for a private clarity session. The link is down below. Now let's get back into the video. When you feel like something is off in your relationship or you're dating somebody and you do not take the time to reflect on what you're feeling, what is coming up for you, what is happening in your situation, talk to your friend, talk to somebody about it, and then go back and talk to them about it. Don't just continue talking shit about your person. What happens then is that you are delaying your gifts. You're delaying your dreams. You're delaying the abundance that you're meant to receive in this life because you are operating out of fear. Because, oh my God, what if I do say something? And then what if he doesn't like that? And then I might lose something that was great. No. You're not going to lose something that was great because it's not that great anyways to begin with. Something that is great, it needs to start with honesty, with transparency, with brutal honesty, not just even honesty, brutal honesty. A word of advice: any relationship that is great or the one, your soulmate, they're never gonna feel like shit when you ask them a question. They're never gonna leave you just because you asked a question, just because you're curious, just because you're trying to understand them a little bit more and connect with them a bit more. Anything that is real cannot be threatened because the foundation is made out of stone, not out of sand. So when you think about that, when you're building a relationship and you get to know a new man or woman and you're hiding little secrets here, there, no, I don't want to talk about that because they might not like that part of me, and then no, I can't say this. And why do we do this? Why do we date starting off on a lie? And again, I'm not saying this to ow, my legs are, oh my God, they're so, what is it called? It's like a spasm or something. Anyways, I did this before, so I am not having a go at you guys. I'm just having a go at the humankind. Why do we like to lie when why am I so low? I'm sorry, hold on. I believe most of us do this when we're younger, 20s, even 30s. But something happens, and again, not every single person goes through this, but most of us, when you hit 30 to 40 to 50, like, you learn to be more of yourself. You learn to shed those layers and that mask and just not give a shit anymore. Not in a bad way, but in a way where you're not afraid to speak your truth and be your true, authentic self. Because if somebody doesn't want to be with you, means they're not going to love you anyways. I'd rather be single and wait till I'm 45 to meet the one, somebody who's going to truly love me for me, than just be with a man for 5 years and waste some more money, some more time, and just go nowhere. Just because I wanted companionship and just because I didn't want to feel a little bit, a little less lonely, which is so, a lot of people think, okay, if I find a man, I'm going to feel less lonely, but that is really not true. You can be in a relationship. Some of the most loneliest times in my life was when I was in a relationship. It's just the wildest thing. I actually feel so whole and complete and loved and all those things just by living by myself. And of course, my daughter. And of course, this has taken me sometime, and not to say that I don't have my days where I get upset and I do feel lonely. Of course, we all go through that. But what I'm saying is that the worst of the worst, the loneliest that I've felt has been in relationships. So I just want that notion to fall off and never come back to return, because it's not true. Just because you have a man doesn't mean that you're going to feel less lonely. And secondly, I wanted to mention is that no one is going to come and save you. This is my biggest lesson that I learned in my life, because I was always waiting for somebody to save me. I was always hoping that something outside of me is going to change first, and then I'm going to change, and then I'm going to be rich, and then I'm going to be happy, and then I'm going to be at peace. And I'm going to feel safe with, my choices and just be happy with myself. But that is so not true. Until I showed up differently, nothing in my life changed, even a little bit, actually got worse. So my biggest advice here is that, and I know it sounds a bit harsh, but I mean, I'm here to be a little bit harsh, to tell you the full truth. I mean, just from my personal experience that I've had. No one is coming to save you until you change what you allow, what you tolerate, and what you choose. All of this needs to change, and if it doesn't, your life will remain the same. And this could be in a job that you're in currently, maybe in your business. This could be in your marriage, in your partnership, in your friendship, in your relationships, in your family. It could be for anything. But I'm just using a relationship as an example. And what you allow, I just want to talk about this for a second, because I allowed so much disrespect and bullshit in my past life. And the way that I dealt with it back in the day was with either I would avoid it, I don't want to deal with it, I don't want to face it, or it would keep accumulating in my body and my soul until I blow up, and I could be very vicious and mean. And that's how I'm getting it out, by anger. So either I'm avoiding it or I'm getting angry about it. Both of these techniques are not going to serve me or serve anybody really in the long run. And one of the things, and I still practice this and I still try to research and learn, is how do I create boundaries? How do I say to somebody that I'm not going to tolerate this the way that you're talking to me, but at the same time, not fighting every single battle, because Lord knows I will be here all day long fighting your butt. And also knowing when to let go. You cannot fight every single battle. So making sure that when you are choosing a battle, whatever that battle is, that there is, it is something that is worth fighting for. And what I used to do back in the days, I would fight every single insult, disrespect, whatever, boom, bam, boom, I'm going back at them. And what a lot of people do is that they tend to react, right? They hear something, they feel something, and boom, they have to react instantly. And that is why I always talk about meditation and grounding yourself, going in nature, doing these walks, and regulating your nervous system, because as a human being, there are going to be people in your life that are going to challenge you, your parents, your sister, your brother, your cousins, your boyfriend, husband, whatever, kids. They're always going to try, they're not doing it on purpose, but all these, energies around you is eventually going to dysregulate you. And so making sure that you have done the work first to regulate yourself, instead of coming onto whoever this person is, with anger and hate and resentment and bitterness, because again, that is not going to get us anywhere. Again, yes, I'm not saying those emotions are bad. No, obviously sometimes, we need to get this stuff out of our body. And I totally, agree with that, and I've done it myself. But when you're constantly in this state of anger, bitterness, resentment, all these emotions you're feeling, it is just accumulating in your body. It's like drinking giving the poison to the other person and you're drinking it. It's just doing harm to you, not the other person. Which is why taking a deep breath and learning how to respond, and maybe you don't respond on that call or on that FaceTime. Maybe you take your time and then you think about it and then you send them a message. Maybe it's about knowing how to respond. Do your research. Go to ChatGPT. I've definitely done it and I'm not even ashamed to say it. But I've gone to ChatGPT and I've literally said, this is my situation. Give me the best way to handle it. And I swear to God, I get great responses. Of course, I don't follow it 100% of the time, but I do know now when somebody's trying to challenge me, either on the comment section on YouTube or just in person, in my family, whatever it is, and I don't want to fight that battle with them right there, or that battle is not worth my time. There has to be a way that, you can communicate that in that moment, still uphold your boundary, and not allow yourself to get pulled in to their vortex of chaos and destruction. Really learning that skill is a game changer. And again, I'm not saying I'm perfect at this. I have my flaws all day long, but I'm just saying learning how to respond versus react has been a game changer. And lastly, I do want to mention that you might have learned this in childhood. It is called, and I learned this myself, it is called learned helplessness. I didn't even know this was a thing because I just thought it was being a victim. But hey, it's where nothing changed no matter what you did when you were a child. So now you wait instead of act, even when you actually can. And that one is huge because I know a lot of people in my family that think like this. They think they have no power, they have no sort of agency over the choices that they're making, and that is so not true. You do have agency over what you're choosing, and you are part of the problem. And I'm sorry I have to say this, you are part of the problem. And again, I know this is more spiritual, but a lot of the problems and a lot of the lessons that we're here to learn, they come in a way of a challenge. It is a friction, it is a confrontation, it is uncomfortable, and so we make it to be this big thing when in reality that very thing is going to then teleport you into higher consciousness, into a more evolved being. And so I know we might look at it in a very negative way, but in reality, some of these problems, these issues, the divorce, all this stuff that we go through, losing a job, our parents pass away, whatever it is, we look at it in a negative light, but in reality, when that happens, you don't see it at that moment in time, but you see it a bit afterwards. You're like, wow, when this bad thing happened to me, then I ended up doing XYZ and my life completely changed. And then I met my soulmate and then I, won $1 million. I don't know, whatever that story is. So I'm just saying that every single thing that happens in your life, even the bad things, even the horrible things, there is a purpose in that. And as you guys know, I like to end with some quotes. So from the Bible, I have, faith without works is dead. From Siddhartha, I can't say it, Siddhartha Gautama, sorry. No one saves us but ourselves. Keep saying that to yourself. No one saves us but ourselves. Of course, God is there to help us, but we cannot, put and this is another thing. This is a whole other conversation. I probably should make a video on this. Giving your entire power to God, I think that is also incorrect, because God is only going to help you once you help yourself. If you're going to say, oh my God, I'm, everything is falling apart, I need you to help. And I'm sure in some cases that needs to be said, but I'm saying is that you also have to take some sort of action. And that is when God aligns with you. Anyways, that's a whole other topic. Lastly, Maya Angelou, nothing will work unless you do. That's it for me today. I do want to say that I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me, for liking my videos, for subscribing, for commenting, and just being here. I really do do appreciate it more than you know. And I'll see you guys in the next one.